Hi, everybody. Jack O'Malley here with you on this Monday with my update today. I am recording it early again because it's a busy day. I am headed, we'll be going in here shortly to the North American Space Summit, which is being held at the Grand Traverse Resort. And the reason I'm going is because that space technology is coming to Michigan. Michigan is going to have a vertical and horizontal launch site. Right now, Marquette got the horizontal, I believe it is, and they're still vying for the vertical, and the mission control, if you will, site has to be picked. And there is a site in the northern region near my district, not in my district, but near my district, that is up in the running. And I believe it's competing against a site in southeast Michigan. I would love to have those paying jobs and what that could bring to this region. And so I want to go in and learn more about it and talk to the people I need to talk to, because I want to help rural Michigan, I want to help northern Michigan, and I want to help my region and, of course, my district. So that's where I'm headed. Then I'm going to be meeting with some business folks just to talk about how things are going, and then I'm headed to Lansing. So I thought I would record this early so that I don't think anything unexpected is supposed to happen today, other than maybe the governor will announce that she is opening up all these shuttered businesses. If you remember last Wednesday during our COVID committee, and I then followed up and talked about all these businesses that have been shuttered since March 15th, and are not being allowed to open, even though they're open in other states. They've got all the protocols and measures in measures in place, but the governor is still sitting on that decision, which is wrong. So word over the weekend is, well, she might let bowling alleys open up, and she might, or gyms, pardon me, she might let gyms open up, and maybe the others too. So over the weekend, I saw an article that a bowling alley, I believe it was in Brooklyn, Michigan, but I apologize, I don't remember the location. 50 years in business has shuttered, closed, done, because their government forced them into it. And that, I think, is wrong. And I'll tell you what, I'm discussing with some folks the possibility of some legislation that would reimburse these businesses that have been forced by their government, aka governor, to shut down at their peril. That's not right. I mean, if we have eminent domain and take someone's property for the good of the citizenry, we reimburse them. Well, I think we're at a point where we need to do that with our small businesses too. So I am having some discussions on what legislation like that would look like. So that might be breaking today if the governor chooses in her infinite empathy to finally let these businesses. All right, I'll let you open now. All right, a couple other things. School districts. I saw an interesting report. There are 823 school districts in Michigan. 12% are going to be online only. Most of those are in the southern part of the state. 86% will have some level of in-person. 60% of the school districts gave parents the option of in-person or online. 10% will be a hybrid, fewer than 5 days in person. The rest would be virtual. And Region 6, which is most of my district other than Mason County, Region 6 is only 2% going strictly online. 52% in the region, in Region 6, are giving folks the option. So I thought that was interesting. Also, past Friday, hooray to the athletes and parents and coaches who rallied in Lansing with the Let 'em Play rally. We need to open up our high school sports and let these kids play. And football, of course, is the poster child in all of this. But congratulations to those good people. All right, one thing I did want to touch base on, because it popped up over the weekend, and as always in these updates, I say I try to be fair, and you can agree or disagree with me. But there was a report out that the CDC quietly updated its website with new information saying that just 6% of the deaths reported in the country were COVID only. 6% of those deaths were COVID only. 94% listed 2 or 3 other conditions listed. And most of those deaths in that category were 55 plus. Now, what a lot of people are saying is this just proves that the government's been hiding numbers. Well, one of the things that I thought, and then I've seen a little bit of follow-up on that makes sense, is yes, you could, let's just say it was a normal year and you got pneumonia and you died. But because you had this problem or that problem, it led to your death, or you were more likely to die because you had these other illnesses. So yes, if 6% were only COVID related, I do believe that shows that COVID is not the death sentence that you think it is, or it's been portrayed as. But to be fair, this other 94% that had other issues doesn't mean they were going to die right away. COVID pushed them over. So I think that nuance needs to be filtered in there. But if you think about it, Michigan has 6,747 deaths. Even if we bumped that 10 rate, assuming that Michigan is at that same 6% nationally, let's bump it up to 10 because it's easier in the math. Of the 6,747 deaths, that means only 674 of Michigan's death was from COVID only. So again, COVID itself is not a death sentence. If you have pre-existing conditions, if you're vulnerable, yes, it makes it much trickier and much riskier. So we need to be careful. All right. Busy week coming up in Lansing this week as we move forward. We're back in session for the month. A lot happening. I'll have stuff to update you on tomorrow. We're having our school bus safety bills heard in the Judiciary Committee, 8:30 testimony. Eek. Lots of coffee. And then we're into transportation and many other things happening. So my updates Wednesday and Friday will have a lot in them. So we'll talk then. Have a great Monday, and I'll fill you in on what I learned at the North American Space Summit. Take care.